the edge.
So a little bit more?
No, no, you have, see, it has to be, that's the boca.
Oh, okay. Go practice.
It sounds like a little kid crying, man.
After playing your flute for more than 5 minutes, and you should take it apart, and it also will expose for you the mechanics of the instrument. So you just undo the leather. This should just slide off. Now different makers could be different ways, but they should be a way of coming off. And here now you can see the 2 holes and also an air channel. Now there's several ways of doing this. Sometimes there's a gasket, a metal gasket. This one is the woodlands voicing, where you carve the body. Sometimes they'll carve the bottom of this, the fetish, and on this case the fetish is flat because we carved the body. And what you want to do is you want to shake your flute out, and I'm going to use my shirt, but you want to wipe it and let it dry. And you should leave it off for at least 2 hours. Overnight is best. The flutes will all have this groove here on the front, depending on maker once again, but it is a traditional thing, and it's called the chimney. And the chimney is actually what goes towards the front, and it should line up right to the edge of the square hole, your sounding hole. And that's where you tie it. So what I do is I just take the leather, pull it tight, keep the tension, and put it just a simple knot underneath. If you want to do a bow, it's fine. And you position it right to the edge once again, and then it's ready to play. You don't ever want to trap moisture in your instrument. If they're finely made, this one's oil finish, so maintenance is important. If you have the flutes that are really shiny, then it's basically a plasticized wood, so it doesn't really matter if you dry it or not, because you basically have a plastic liner on the inside and probably on the exterior as well. I wanted to show you how to finish your instrument, refinish. It's something, if you want to do once a year, it's fine. Once every 5 years is okay, or whenever you feel like it. You know, if you feel your flute's looking a little dingy, or if you live in an area where it's very dry, this is pretty essential. First you want to do is you want to scuff up your instrument. I'm using this extra fine emery cloth, and you can use steel wool, and the kind of steel wool you want to use is something that has 4 zeros, what they call 4/0, which is the super fine. Now if your flutes have a shiny finish, then more than likely it's been plasticized. And you know, it's wood that's been impregnated with resins for pores, or you know, certain woods are not really good tone woods, so they plasticize them to make them work. Because you know, air leaks are your enemy in a wind instrument. So first thing you do is, you know, steel wool all your pieces that you're going to do. Hit them with a compressor, or just brush them off or wipe them down. Even do your saddles. And then I like using gloves because I don't like taking oils through my skin, even though tongue oil is non-toxic when it's cured. It takes anywhere from 2 to 3 days. This is a mixture of tongue oil and mineral spirits, 50-50. You can also do a 60-40, 60% oil and 40% mineral spirits. Tongue oil needs a dryer. You can see here the gloss and the sheen. So what I want to do is just put a nice Nice coat on there. Let it sit for a minute. Get a little bit more oil. Watch what it does to the walnut. See how it just pops right out? Now this is one that I've been working on, and so each of my instruments have about 4 to 5 coats done just like this. And we'll just do this fetish real quick. See how the nice sheen? Then what I do is take a clean cloth, then get a couple clean cloths that have no oil and burnish it. After they've been sitting for a while, for a few minutes is all it needs. And that's a hand rubbed oil finish. You can see, looks beautiful. Nice warm luster. Really makes the colors of the wood come out.